I'm waiting for my Resident Evil. Yeah, I got my haircut. Hair shorter. A little bit shorter. Waiting for my Resident Evil 3 to download because I am going to play now because I never beat Resident Evil 3 original or remake. So, and there's a huge possibility of me getting a PS5 rather in the next, hopefully next coming couple weeks. So I'll be playing games on there too. I don't know why. I'm gonna transfer over all the other games, like Final Fantasy VII Remake and that. And I'm probably playing Final Fantasy VII Indirect Tour. Yeah, I'm in my underwear. Got a problem with my ass hanging out, bitch. I need to work on my legs a little more, but hey, whatever. But I'm gonna sit here and shop for a little bit. Was gonna play some more Fantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. I just had to take that off right now. I'm just gonna chill out and play this. I think about getting me a G Fuel because I am unfortunately gonna be really tired. And I kind of want to play through Resident Evil really quick. Resident Evil 3 is a very short game. It's actually rather short, honestly, compared to the original one. The original Resident Evil 3 was like 7 hours long, depending if you got lost or died in that. This one's barely, maybe like 4.5. I don't know why they cut it down. But I hear my fucking mouth. But for some reason they sat there and they made it to where you could repeat it a million times to get all the stuff. So that's basically what it is. Because Resident Evil 8, I beat like 7-8 times just to get shit. And you could speed through it rather quickly. I think even with ammo, I beat in like Resident Evil 8 beat out like 4 hours and 30 minutes. 4 hours or 5 hours, depending on the last part. Oh. So, but yeah, today has been rather tiring. I've been sleeping a lot. Been eating a little bit more. Trying to keep up on stuff from that. I noticed my arms are getting slightly bigger. I noticed that too a little bit. I'm curling more now. I'm getting a little bit more of dumbbell action in. I don't want to be too freakish, but now I'm trying to even out. So now I'm trying to bench a little bit more heavier, doing the bench. But yeah, I've been playing a little bit more console. I think I'm going to switch back and forth. I've been playing a lot of Fantasy Star Online 2. I'm waiting for the clans to get out in that so I can join a clan in that. I have all my classes at least level 10 to 11. And my main class is the Force. I think she is, well, it's a shield together. I think it's almost level 17. I just got my level 14 rare, so I'm leveling that up. I think I almost got to level 40. I'm working on my armors and that. Game's pretty good, but the power level, some of the guys have way too much life. And like for how strong you are in PSO2, you're not as strong on this. Like Forces don't get a lot of strong skill abilities, and that's the problem. That Force and the other one would get extra magic bonus for putting skills in. This one, not so much. You get a couple of cool things. You can charge up your attacks, but you have to use like a enormous of them. So like if you do the normal lightning attack, you can charge it up around you to where you get like a little charge thing around you. But it's after every like 10 to 14 strikes. So if you have enormous amount of PP, say like the highest I got in PP was like 123. That lightning takes about 18 to use. So I could barely use it maybe like maybe 6 times, maybe at most. And it just doesn't feel the same. Like it's stupid. It's rather annoying. Yeah, you could charge it up as you do it. I mean, the difference between single attacks and charge attacks, other than how powerful they are, they do different things. So like lightning, when you do a charge, it hits one person 3 times. Well, if you do a normal attack with it without a charge, it hits like 5, 6 people with chain lightning. And the damage variation is so small, it almost defeats the purpose of charging. Same thing with fire and lightning are pretty much the same. Their damage is very not frost or ice. Ice is actually more powerful with a charge. You use single attacks, it does barely anything different. Even with the AoE, the ice seems like it's more the same. You can charge it up, and your charges are very quick. It's like a second charge. You hold it and you release it. You hold it, you release it. On PSO2, the charges were enormously long. You got to charge up for like at least 2.5 seconds before you unleash it. Then you can get it reduced down to a second. I think it's 2 seconds at first, and you get reduced down to a second. And it's like, oh man, it's amazing. I'm happy that the ratio of damage is really a little bit smaller because it's like instead of being like 100% increase in damage when you charge, it's like 20% increase because you charge faster. So if you just do your normal strikes, you're going to take more, especially if it's a weakness. So if someone's weak to fire in that, you hit it with it, you're going to take an initial 10-15% more damage anyway. So you don't have to charge. And some things do better without it, like fire. You shoot foy at someone, it catches the ground on fire for like a couple of seconds, and it does initial like 20% more damage. So, if you hit someone in the weak spot, the camera connection is bullshit. Stop it, camera. Do your job. I never have problems with connection with my PlayStation camera. Not fucking one time it ever did the whole like in and out crap. I don't know what it is. But anyway, you do normal foy. It catches the ground fire, and I think it hits him 6 times, taking minor damage. Like it takes like 9s and 10s, and that it goes from like 7 to 10 or 11. But still, it still hits him 6 times. So if your initial attack takes like 100, you're still taking 160 to 170 variation. Now, if they're weak against it, you'll take like 1 or 2 more damage. If you hit them in the critical spot, you'll take like 120, and then you'll take like 11s to like 17 or 16 or something like that. At least that's the number I saw. And you could deal about 200 damage. But I just don't like the way that the charging just doesn't deal that much damage. I mean, yes, your character's massively overpowered. Like I call myself the Thunder God. I go up above, and all I do is use chain lightning. And I think if I do a full like PP drain of chain lightning, I can kill the scouters and I can kill the lizards with a full PP. The other guy's not close. So when I'm playing with groups of people, I stay up above and let them tank, and I just wipe out mobs, just keep on doing AoE damage. I don't see a lot of forces doing that. I think it's ridiculous. If you get 2 or 3 forces up in the air all using chain lightning, you'll just obliterate everything inside. I mean, at least things are close enough to chain. But a lot of them use fire, and that they'll get up, they'll use the Guffoy, and they'll go in the middle of people and use it. It doesn't do nearly as much damage. Like my lightning takes like 90 to 140. And there's no weakness, so evidently it just does good damage. But it's because I'm using it so quick, but the way it chains very far away. Guffoy doesn't hit that big around. So it kind of like defeats the purpose. It's like, it's okay. Like out of all the other characters, you got the gunner has massive AoEs. The gunner definitely does have a really big AoE. It does a lot of damage. And it does pure damage, so it doesn't matter about the weakness at all. I think with my gunner, I was running around in the laboratories on New Genesis, and I was just throwing out my AOE's. You, they're very powerful. They clear out big groups of enemies. Once again, you have one or two more gunners. Everyone plays with hunters and fighters. They suck. Their AOE's are horrible. They have really bad AOE's. I don't know why there's so many hunters. Hunters suck ass. I don't. They're easier to play with because they have a defensive ability, and they have the most life, so they don't die as easy. But no. I might play Final Fantasy VII Original. I don't know yet. I got the strategy guide right here, actually. Right here's I got two of them. I bought the classical one, which is not colored in. They're expensive. They're like $40 each, but I tell you what, it's worth the money. Because not knowing what you're doing in a game sucks ass. And I wish they had more strategy guys out because they probably make more money making strategy guys. I miss them. So, you creators out there, start producing strategy guys. If you have off-brand people do it, because you guys too busy jacking each other off, trying to make more money off whatever bullshit. Like make money off of. I'm gonna tell you that you are a bitch. Baby bitch. Baby bitch. You a bitch. But yeah, for what I heard about the new Final Fantasy, they changed the ending of it. They made the ending more probably original like, I guess. Because the ending, I kind of figured they were going to change it because that ending was just, it was good, but like, it's a remake. So, I mean, people are expecting to see the full-fledged Final Fantasy VII. I do. I want to see the full-fledged end. Now, after you kill Sephiroth, if they want to prolong it, which I think they should, and do Evan children stuff, that's fine. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. But give us what we deserve. You guys remade everything else like it's supposed to be remade. You guys are remaking like almost every fucking game that's coming out. And to the point it's just getting kind of annoying. Yeah, every time they remake a game, they'll remake it. And they'll make it just the same way. But Final Fantasy Remake, they made it similar. And then at the end, they changed it. And not that there's a problem with it. I just don't like when people fuck with shit too much. Whoa. Yeah, I need to. Oh, man. Here we go again. I'm playing this one game. It's kind of a porno game, I guess. It's like a realistic type thing, anyway. Basically, what it is, it's a game where you're playing as a kid that his father just died, and they're trying to figure out what's going on with that. And everyone feels pity for you. And you have like a slutty, I guess, sister-in-law or like stepsister or something like that. I don't even know. It says that you're not adopting that, but I guess your sister's adopted or something like that, or from another marriage or something like that. Well, anyway, your sister's like a huge bitch. She's like super attractive looking. She's got enormous boobs. Like every chick in this has big titties in it because it's like a anime kind of porn kind of thing. But you like go through in that, and you like go through the town and that. It's like a click thing. You click on stuff and that. You go through story and that. And they always have like little like sex scenes in that. It's nothing like super realistic in that. It's cartoonish. And your main character has like a fucking enormous pecker. He has like a fucking like foot long dick. He's abnormally fucking huge. So you go around like the first girl you actually do stuff with, it's like a sex shop. And on the side, she like massages people. She doesn't massage people, she actually just screws them. That's the first time you can do it because you could cheat and have all like unlimited money or have like maxed out money. So you could, see the sex really quickly. But the actual first real girl is one kind of fat girl. She has like that camera does that way too much. That connection should not be that bad. That is fucking ridiculous. Well, no, she has like inside out nipples. Her nipples are inside, and like she has a huge crush on you. So like the first scene is you get her to jack you off, and it's fucking hilarious because first time a woman gets jacked off on, it's kind of a memory, because it's the first time you ever got a big load blown on your face or on your chest or on your butt or whatever. And guys go, they enjoy that stuff. First time's always like, oh wow. Then you always realize, oh, that's what guys like. It's like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, you see my light right here. First time for everything is always more enjoyable. That's funny though, because you can do it multiple times and you can just do like everlasting. You have like a 3 like energy gauge that every time you do an activity, it dips it down. And certain activities you can only do during certain times of the day. So you got morning time, afternoon time, you got evening time. Then after you lose all your energy, it's nighttime. So throughout the story and that, you kind of just like talk to people and that, and they kind of interact with you. Most of them are just women, and that, a couple other guys and that. And as the day goes on, stuff changes as you prolong during the story and that. So then you start to, get closer to some people. Most likely like teachers and that and stuff like that. And eventually you end up screwing all of them eventually. Because they end up giving in to your temptation or to their temptation or whatever. And they end up wanting to get, laid by you. What I have to say is, if you're at a job, you got a lot of beautiful women around you and work at an office job or something like that normally, there's always a lot of good-looking girls, at least for the most part. They're at least, they're good-looking. Every girl's beautiful in certain cases. The crappy thing is, don't get too emotionally involved. It sucks. So, like, I work at a gym,